Chief Justice David Maraga has appointed a 3-judge bench at the High Court to hear and determine a case challenging the 250,000 shilling monthly house allowance to members of Parliament. The Salaries and Remuneration Commission, SRC, has contested the allowances, terming them, quote, illegal, unconstitutional, and an added burden to the ballooning wage bill. With lawmakers labelled termed greedy and unreasonable, National Assembly Speaker Justin Muturi has defended the MP's quest for a bigger pay. Let's begin our broadcast with Gachuri, who tells us why SRC is in Parliament's crosshairs.
The Salaries and Remuneration Commission, SRC, succeeded in stopping the MP's house allowance gravy train at the end of May, albeit temporarily. Chief Justice David Maraga settling on High Court judges Pauline Nyamoya, Weldon Korir and John Mativo to hear and determine an application filed by SRC contesting the 250,000 shillings that each member of Parliament was to pocket each month as house allowance subject to a 30% tax deduction. Each of the 416 lawmakers in the National Assembly and Senate had earned in excess of 1.4 million shillings at the end of May in house allowances backdated to October last year. The Parliamentary Service Commission, chaired by National Assembly Speaker Justin Muturi, relying on a ruling by High Court Judge Chacha Mwita that each employee was entitled to a house allowance or a housing benefit, SRC opposing the pay, terming it unconstitutional and an unnecessary addition to the ballooning wage bill.
The members of Parliament are the only category of state officers that SRC has discriminated against. We would want to know why. Unless SRC does not think that members of Parliament have any use, in which case then Kenyans should be asked to do away with Parliament.
If the 3-judge bench rule in MP's favour, it will cost the taxpayer at least 99.5 million shillings per month or 1.2 billion shillings every year. The Salaries and Remuneration Commission also wants members of Parliament forced to refund the 796 million shillings they were paid as house allowance between October last year and May this year. Members of Parliament, according to the SRC Gazette notice of July 2017, earned 621,000 shillings as basic pay and a car maintenance allowance of 356,000 shillings. They are also entitled to a sitting allowance of 5,000 shillings for every house or committee meeting they attend, but capped at a maximum of 16 sessions. They also have access to car grants of 7 million shillings, mortgages of 35 million shillings, and medical insurance of more than 10 million shillings.
So our members of Parliament should be an example to our members of County Assembly. In fact, seeing the state of this economy and reducing the wage bill.
Yes, we must be sensitive to the current economic situation in the country. Yes, and that I admit. But let us not be selective and or discriminatory.
To circumvent the court order stopping the payment of house allowance, Parliament is paying members of Parliament a night-out allowance of 18,200 shillings for each parliamentary day, a maximum of 4 nights, ostensibly to facilitate them to attend house sittings, an allowance SRC has contested, insisting members of Parliament earn a consolidated package that includes house allowance. Gachuri, Citizen TV.